Hiya, thank you for joining me today. Today is going to be about cleavage, contouring, creating, etc. etc. Now, I've had a few questions about this recently, asking about how I do this, and I thought I would just do something to show you what it is that I do and how I go about creating this. Now, this is something that is quite, it can be quite tricky to achieve, particularly to get good convincing results. And I'm kind of showing you the after effect here of what I've done. Now, to be clear, I was checking this as I was doing this on camera. And in order for you to see it, it's much bolder in real life. But in order for you to see it on the camera today, I've gone quite over the top with the contouring so that it stands out and you can actually see what I've done. So I would normally take this down a little bit, or I would reduce its effort slightly, but I've gone quite big so you can see this. So first thing to see is you can see here that I have some natural skin. So if I turn sideways, okay, you can see that there is depth. There's depth to what I've got on here today. Okay, so you can see there's actual depth to the cleavage, but I have enhanced that with some contouring. And again, I said I've gone quite strong with this in order for it to be quite visible. So you can see that I've got some dark contouring around here, which is just accentuating the whiteness here. Now I've gone quite small with these today, so I've kept them as they're quite small cleavage, as opposed to going higher, which will obviously create what look like much larger breasts. Now, there's one other thing that I've done with this, which is to use tape. So I've got a combination of three things going on here today: contouring, quite a well padded bra, and tape. You can see the tape here if I show you. So the tape is under here. This is black tape, which looks like this. This is a particular brand of tape. Duct tape works. Gorilla tape works really well. But this is really strong stuff. So this stuff will get you through a whole night of dancing. It's not going to come off. Drag queens will use this kind of stuff. It's strong. You need to be careful when you take it off because it does need to be peeled off. But I find that this Gorilla tape comes off a lot easier than duct tape, which I found with duct tape in the past, it tends to leave a lot of residue behind. But this stuff, really strong stuff, very thick, really secure, but doesn't come off. So what I can show you is that I've created a taped up. So I've gone for a combination of different things. I've taped up my existing flesh to try and draw that in and create some depth. So it's creating a natural piece of depth. I have then accentuated that with some contouring, and then I put this padded bra on top. Okay, so that's what's created the whole look. Now, if I show you this, it's quite straightforward. So take this off. What you'll see here is if I remove this, what we have is the tape underneath. So tape, as you can see, just below the nipples, is pushing together the skin, holding this in. I haven't gone too far. I've kept it quite small. I've got two pieces of tape. I always get the tape length wrong. So I've stretched one piece from this side all the way across here, and I've drawn the skin in as I stretch. I've not done too much. I really haven't tried to go over the top. So this isn't pulling too tight. I can get my shoulders back. Okay, this isn't creating any massive uncomfortableness, but you can see it's creating, pushing up some depth. I've got more here that I could bring in. Okay, so if I chose to, I could bring more in here and really push this in and create more depth. But that would mean that I'd have to take much higher, and I would then need to cover this whole area in order to achieve what, a cover up of this. And then you're just leaving the V. So you can bring this tape higher, you can pull it in higher from the sides, but then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be scrunching in your shoulders. You'll be pushing all this in, and if, like me, I don't have a lot of weight on me, I don't have a lot of flesh on my chest that I can bring in. So I tend to keep it to this minimum amount, just to create a bit of depth, and then we put the bra on top. And this bra, as you can see, is quite thickly padded, okay? Its size is get that for you. It's a 36 AA. Okay, so this is designed for a woman with small breasts, quite a wide back, 36, small breasts, and is going to push up and, you know, sort of add more volume to this. So all it's really doing is giving me more of a cup shape. I've created the bumps on top, and this is now giving me the cup shape underneath. So if I put this back on, you'll see that this is just going to create a very basic shape, which can then be accentuated with the contouring. Okay, so pull that down. Now, what I try to do is this is one of the reasons I try to keep the tape down to a minimum, is if you're going to wear a lighter top or something more see-through, you don't really want the tape to be too visible. So I try and, sometimes I'll even take these, unpick these bits, bend them over, and then make sure they are under the bra line. You can see a little bit of tape in the center here, okay, which is sticking up. That can be cut and folded in if you wanted to then remove any hint of it. And that's overall what I do to create cleavage. It's quite a small bra, it's quite hugging, it's going to pull things in, but you know, for the most part, I'm a little bit overweight at the moment, so I need to lose a bit of weight and it'll be fine. But the more weight I lose, the less I can create in terms of natural depth here. So then you're looking more towards the contouring. Now the contouring, you see, I've gone quite strong on this. I've used the standard contouring I use on my face. I've got a light colour here, light colour on the top of the cleavage itself, and then this is creating a shadow. Quite a lot of dark in the centre here, shadow, and then powdered on top. So what I do is I use my powder on top of this. Start with nice dry skin, and I use the two contouring colours, so the light one and the dark one, which I use on my face, and I apply them with the same brushes, and I simply apply them in exactly the same way as I would do for my face, blending. I went really strong, as I said previously, I went really strong with them today in order to make them stand out so they're visible. What you're looking for is a dark, you're looking for shadow here, and a slight degrading shadow that comes up over the top of the breast. So really you're looking for light here, and shadow in between, and that's going to create the look of natural breast. So you've got the shadow created where you are seeing the depth. So that's really to again enhance that depth. Anyway, that's what I do with these. I don't do a lot of this, so you know, for the most part, I've got plenty of clothes where I don't need to do any of this. I don't select clothes that allow me or need me to wear this kind of outfit. So for me, it's something that I will do. I will sort of occasionally dress up and I'll wear an outfit where some cleavage is useful, or occasionally is pretty much essential. And if I do, this is what I'll do. This is a great little bra for doing that with. No breast forms. So it's all, and again, I'm going for a very small cup size here. So this is something that's great if you are, if you're planning to go out with cleavage on display, but you're not looking for really huge boobs or breast forms or something that's going to look ridiculous as a result with it. And because of my frame shape, you know, I'm not a small person, but with my the amount of excess skin that I have, a little bit more than I would normally have when I'm at the peak of my fitness, but still I don't have a lot that I can push up with. If you've got more flesh, you'll be able to do much more naturally, and in fact, if you've got a lot of flesh, you simply won't need to do any contouring whatsoever. I have to get a little bit extra depth, a bit too bold today, over the top of the camera, but you get the impression, you can see what this will do. And that's essentially where we are. So get that done, straps quite loose. That's the overall look. Okay, so I hope this was useful to you. If there's any comments, questions, let me know down below. I look forward to hearing from you all as ever. If you want to get hold of me, you can reach me on my website, www.julietnoir.uk, or through email at juliettesnoir@gmail.com. So thanks for your time today. Look forward to hearing from you down below. Any other questions, please let me know. Send them through to me. Anything else you want to know about how I do certain things, very happy to try and discuss this with you. Thanks so much for now, and as ever, bye! Bye!